Student laptops have replaced the entire assortment of school, college accessories, such as papers, pens, Sharpies, eraser gums, and such. Now we have the opportunity to have everything we need in one place in a straightforward, convenient fashion. Like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. We're opening up our review of the best laptops for students. Essentially, this is an all-rounder that performs exceptionally well under any circumstances. It packs a decently strong CPU, a big display, enough memory for any software you need, and a pre-installed OS so that you can start writing your essays immediately. The dimensions of HP's Chromebook measure 13.54 inches by 9.45 inches by 0.7 inches, and it weighs approximately 3.74 pounds. This is a light, sturdy, and highly compact laptop that will fit inside pretty much any backpack with ease. The Chromebook features Intel's Celeron N3350, which is a dual-core 1.1 GHz processor that can reach 2.4 GHz with the Turbo Boost feature. Sure, you probably won't be able to run some of the latest games or softwares, but it'll do a fine job with everything else. As far as connectivity goes, HP's Chromebook rocks a single USB 3.0 port, two USB 2.0 ports, an HDMI port, a slot for a micro SD card, and a headphone jack, which is quite great. 4 GB of DDR3 RAM are all you'll need for most of your student tasks, but you should keep in mind that gaming will probably be out of the question. The only thing that we thought could be improved is the fact that this laptop features an integrated graphics card. Even though it's Intel HD graphics model, the fact that you won't be able to upgrade this element of your laptop isn't totally reassuring. Overall, the Chromebook performance is absolutely phenomenal, especially considering that it's a very affordable laptop. Acer is a brand with very recognizable virtues. Their laptops are always loaded with super strong specs, they're reliable, and they look pretty cool, which is exactly what students should be on the lookout for. A trusty workhorse laptop that they can use to finish up their college tasks and homework, play their favorite games, and relax with a movie or two in the meantime. Let's take a look at what Aspire 5 has to offer to aspiring students. Firstly, the Aspire 5 comes with pre-installed Windows 10 OS, which is obviously great as you'll be able to skip the dull, rigorous process of waiting for the installation process to finish and for those pesky updates to download. It rocks a quad-core 1.60 GHz Intel i5 8250 CPU. Even though it's far from being the strongest Intel-made processor, the i5 is actually quite impressive, sporting over 6 GHz in total. It's actually decently strong to back up some of the more modern games and a variety of useful software. NVIDIA's GeForce MX 150 is the GPU you'll get with the Aspire 5. Just like Intel's i5, it might not be the latest graphics card on the market, but it stood the test of time quite well. What's really amazing about Acer's Aspire 5 is that it sports a 15.6-inch LCD screen that rocks comfy view technology and 1920 by 1080p Full HD resolution. The screen is pretty big, and the technologies backing it up greatly complement its performance. You'll be able to use 4 GB of DDR4 RAM and a terabyte of HDD. Now, 4 GB of random access memory aren't exemplary in any way, but they're way above sufficient for most, if not all college and student tasks. While 1 terabyte of storage space is probably more than you will need, be prepared for slower startup times. HDD is inferior to SSD in this respect. All things considered, Acer's Aspire 5 has its ups and downs. However, the benefits it brings to the table are vastly more impactful than the small hiccups in its performance. Microsoft's Windows is the name we all recognize as both a great brand and a great platform in terms of top-shelf operating systems. Regardless of whether you're simply accustomed to the way Windows OS operates or you're looking specifically for a Windows laptop, we think that you're going to like what Microsoft's Surface Laptop 3 has to offer. First things first, the Surface Laptop 3 is designed in a very sleek, elegant way. Apart from looking cool, it actually offers convenience due to its lightweight and small body. Its dimensions measure 16.8 inches by 10.4 inches by 2.5 inches, and it weighs approximately 3.4 pounds. It also features a 13.5-inch touchscreen. Alternatively, you can opt for a 15-inch at a slightly higher price, complemented with a writing pen, which is absolutely phenomenal for students in general. In terms of storage, the Surface Laptop 3 offers 4 SSD options, including 128GB, 256GB, 512GB, and a terabyte. Obviously, you'll need some space for your college files, essays, and programs, but those are typically not too demanding. If you're a gamer or you're into movies, then you might need a bit more. RAM options include 8GB, 16GB, and 32GB of DDR4 RAM. Again, even the lowest option should suffice for standard writing tasks, but if you're a programmer or a web developer, consider slightly more random access memory. As far as GPU goes, you'll be able to choose between AMD's Vega 9 or Vega 11, both of which are very strong and reliable. The laptop's configuration offers Intel's i5-1035G7 and i7-1065G7 processors, both of which are quad-core CPUs. Obviously, it comes pre-installed with Windows 10 Home operating system, meaning that you'll be able to start using it straight off the bat without waiting on calibrations, updates, and other annoyances in terms of OS installation. Lastly, let's briefly touch on the topic of connectivity. Windows Surface 3 packs a single USB-C output, a single USB-A output, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a single Surface connection port. Generally, these features offer tremendous performance at a relatively approachable price. If you can afford it, this is the best Microsoft laptop a student can possibly have. Apple is just as big of a brand as Microsoft nowadays, and people know that what they have to offer is quality and reliability. The brand pretty much has a cult following, and it's pretty safe to say that thousands and thousands of people rely on Apple for pretty much every piece of technology. If you're in that camp, you might want to stick around while we review their new MacBook Air laptop, which just so happens to be absolutely great for students. Let's start off with the display. Apple's MacBook Air has a 13.3-inch LED-lit display packed with the IPS technology. It sports 2560 by 1600 native resolution at 227 pixels per inch and supports millions of different colors. Of course, it also rocks the True Tone technology that significantly enhances the contrast and brightness of displayed color pixels while supporting 1024 by 640p, 1440 by 900p, and 1680 by 1050p scaled resolutions. Apple's MacBook Air has a very elegant outlook and a slim design. Its dimensions measure 0.16 inches by 11.97 inches by 8.36 inches, and it's one of the thinnest laptops on the market. You'll have 2 CPU options to choose from, including the dual-core 1.2 GHz Intel i3 and the 1.1 GHz quad-core Intel i5. To be perfectly frank, the first 2 options aren't exactly powerhouses, but the Intel i7 might be. You can configure any of these and amp their performance up with the Turbo Boost technology, should you need a bit of extra strength. The MacBook Air offers 2 storage options, 256GB of SSD and 512GB of SSD. Both of these are configurable to 512GB, 1TB, or 2TB. That's plenty of storage and is perfect for gamers and tech-demanding students as well. This laptop features 8GB of LPDDR4X onboard RAM, but you can upgrade to 16GB at any time. Sadly, that's where the limit is set. Just like with any other Apple product, the only problem is that Apple laptops can only use Apple chargers, so if you misplace yours, charging the battery will definitely be an issue. Anyway, MacBook Air is a genuinely valuable laptop that offers as much value as any other Apple laptop, and due to its well-roundedness and high-spec features, it's perfect for any student. Our best overall pick is Dell's XPS 13. It's a smallish laptop that packs supercharged features. It is also one of the models that can easily compete with some of the finest gaming and streaming laptops, as its specs are absolutely fantastic. It's equipped with Intel's quad-core 1.8 GHz i7-8565U processor that can reach 4.6 GHz with the Turbo Boost. That's enough to run some of the latest games at high settings, for quick reference. Furthermore, it's supplied with Intel's Ultra HD Graphics 620. Even though its GPU is not upgradable, the one you're stuck with is more formidable than most people think. This laptop features a 13.3-inch screen and boasts Ultra HD display packed with ultra-sharp Infinity Edge technology. In a nutshell, everything it reads and renders somehow looks better, sharper, and more accurate. With 16GB of DDR3 RAM, you're set for the next couple of years at the very least. Most laptops feature no more than 4GB, and this one has 4 times as much. The storage space on Dell's XPS 13 is its highlight feature. Namely, it comes supplied with a terabyte of SSD. This means that you'll get to benefit from both rapid startup time and plenty of storage for your essays, papers, movies, games, and pretty much whatever you want. Overall, the XPS 13 is a sleek laptop meant for everyone. Its value is nearly unparalleled as it is available at a very approachable price. Its specs are exceptionally strong and it's one of the lightest laptops on the market. There are no actual drawbacks while there are dozens of advantages to be had. So, what's more to like? Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.